How we doing today, folks? Me again, Shannon Fox here, Devoted Patriots 2 channel. And I want to start this video off talking about signs. Yesterday, I put up a video about a guy running over a Trump sign. It was about karma in a hurry. I don't know if it was staged or not. I had a lot of people say it was fake in the comment section, but I'm still getting views on that particular couple-minute long video. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. It was one of my last. I think it's up to about 12 or 13,000 views at this point, and as a result of that, I've gotten about 100 new subscribers. So if you're new to the channel, thank you for showing up. You're welcome to the family, and stick around for more antics and a little bit of news as well at times. But today we're doing cut-ups of things that Tucker Carlson and Elon Musk said in conversation involving some of the most important topics of the day. No doubt about it. ALX, if you don't know who that is, he is a producer. He works for Benny Johnson's show, but he's got his own huge following as well. ALX tweeted out, "Need to be putting Trump signs in our lawns. We need to be hanging Trump flags in our windows in big cities. We need to be wearing our MAGA hats in public. We need to be MAGA maxing." Well, you see me. I wear my Trump stuff pretty regular. It's a pretty good conversation starter. And so many people agreed with that. Scott Pressler, Elon Musk. Elon Musk typed in, "I'm all in." And that happens to be the name of the Tucker Carlson encounter, Tucker Carlson Network encounter interview. It's called the All In with Elon Musk. And Elon Musk goes all in on some truth, some real truth bombs here, folks. We'll go ahead and get into it. But like I said, thank you if you're new to the channel for showing up. Thank you for showing up. I got my signs, I got my hats, and I've got my conversation going with anybody I can. I've actually asked about 20 people in the last 2 days, "Are you registered to vote?" And only a couple have said nope. And so I tried to get in their ear. I don't think I was very successful, but it looks like a lot of people are going to go vote for Trump this time, just from my own personal surveys of asking questions. It's not a bad thing, folks, to get out there and talk to people. Ask them what they think about politics. Ask them if they're registered to vote. Ask them if they want their prices cheaper. These are simple questions that really could hit home for most people if you just are able to get a conversation started. And like I said, like they said, ALX and Elon Musk, wearing your Trump gear, showing your American flags. It's that time of year, folks. We're fixing to be voting in a month, less than a month. Like I think we're on 29 days. We're on a countdown, and I love it. I love it. I am ready. Hopefully, I'm going to get to be one of the poll watchers. I've been certified, got my certificate on the wall up here. Be glad when they call me here in a couple of weeks to get started here in Texas. Now, this here is a clip of what you're fixing to watch. Just a little short excerpt. Check this out. Just to give you a little sample, folks.
What?
Here we go.
What? If he loses, man, what? You're fucked, dude.
I'm fucked. If he loses, I'm fucked.
It does seem that way. You can't just be like, yo,
Yeah, I'm like, how long do you think my prison sentence is going to be? Do you think, will I see my children? I don't know.
Because it's not like you can say, well, yeah, I maxed out to him, but, you know, I have
no plausible deniability.
What? If he loses.
If Trump loses, Elon Musk, he's fucked. That's what they were discussing. That's one of the many clips along with the video, just to get you revved up. This is what we're fixing to get into. I've got, like I said, several minutes of this. I'm going to go to on special time slots. I got it all right here for you. You can go over to my channel or Tucker Carlson's or Elon Musk's channel and find this as well if you want to watch the full interview. I'm not going to go that far. Its interview is hour and 45 minutes long. So first off, we'll just jump right into it. Now these are all the timestamps on it right here. Let's get us here in the middle of the screen, folks, and we'll go right into
it. Will I see my children? I don't know.
Because it's not like you can say, well, yeah, I maxed out to him, but, you know, I have no
plausible deniability. No, and I've been trashing Kamala nonstop.
Oh, I know.
Well, I mean, the Kamala puppet, I call her, you know. The machine that the Kamala puppet represents.
Yeah, she's irrelevant. I mean, she's
Yes.
not even.
No, I made a joke which I realized I deleted, which is like nobody's even bothering to try to kill Kamala because it's pointless. What do you achieve? Nothing.
No, it's
That's a good place to stop it right off the bat. Why is nobody even trying to kill Kamala? Uh, not that we're hoping for anyone's demise, but I don't think she needs Secret Service. Maybe to keep some of the Hamas supporters away from her. I don't know, but for the most part, I don't think they're too worried about her. She's pretty much useless at this point, and she's just another cog in the wheel. She falls off, they'll throw another cog in there. She is about as irrelevant as a puppet at this point.
it's
Just
totally
find
right.
another puppet.
Exactly. That's
They'll find another puppet.
It's no point in
it's
killing.
deep and true, though.
Nobody's trying to kill Joe Biden.
It's in,
It'd be
bless you.
pointless.
Totally. You actually put that up?
Yeah. Now, some people interpreted it as though I was calling for people to
Of course.
assassinate her, but I was like, no, even I was like, doesn't it seem strange that no one's even bothered to try?
It's not worth it.
I mean,
There's an endless supply.
yeah, like nobody would. It's absurd.
It could be anybody.
Yeah. Nobody's gonna try to. Nobody tries to assassinate a puppet.
Of course not.
A
marionette.
Yeah, marionette. It's just like,
It's hilarious.
Yeah.
What?
She's safe. Like, I like to try to kill Trump twice with actual guns and bullets.
Oh yeah.
He shot in the air right in fucking Butler where I was, and
He doesn't seem rattled. It's weird. Does he to you?
it doesn't seem what?
Rattled.
I mean, he's the constitution of an ox. It seems. It's not like working out and eating healthy. And he's
Okay, we gotta tape this.
Yeah, we're good.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
So
he's not like, let me eat another salad. That's not. No, or work out, fastidiously. That's he. I feel like how he doesn't work out, and he eats, cheeseburgers and Diet Coke and stuff, and because I think it just inherently has a strong constitution.
There
So
it
when
is.
you were just with him, he didn't seem like a man who'd been the subject of 2 assassination attempts.
No, he seemed of sound mind and body and strong backbone.
Did you?
I mean, that's what I said in the thing. Which,
Yeah.
The remarks I made there were impromptu. There was no teleprompter or anything. I was speaking extemporaneously.
Are you the only rich guy who doesn't have like a media consultant?
No, I don't. Media consultant.
Yeah, no, I've noticed.
Obviously.
You see what's going on here, don't you, folks? I do have to stop this a couple of times during this video so I don't get any kind of copyright issues for YouTube's sake. That way I'm actually doing commentary and watching the video with y'all. But I did want to say a few things during this video, some things that really stuck out to me. Right off the bat, you notice that Elon Musk is not just on Team Trump, but he is all in. He is fighting the government. He's exposing the left. He's making memes about Kamala. He is getting out there and actually showing up at Trump rallies that he knows a good part of the whole world watched. Elon Musk is breaking the mold for, I guess, the people that are got money. Maybe they're woke techies that don't think like Trump, that don't like Trump, that have learned to hate Trump. I think Elon Musk and like RFK are both, and Tulsi Gabbard are all buffers for Trump to be able to collect more votes, get more people involved in the party, bringing more people in. And Elon Musk, I think, is a great one. I think now that Joe Rogan is finally coming around to common sense and so many others that actually have a little bit of influence, it's going to make a difference in this election. I think Elon Musk showing up at the rally is going to be a huge uh, leg up for Trump when it comes right down to who's voting and who's not. I think a lot of people that support Elon Musk will support Trump. I think a lot of people that support RFK will support Trump. And I don't think too many people are going to support Kamala Harris. They've got to bust people in at their particular events, their rallies. Don't really have rallies; they have little venues more than anything. But we'll get back into it, folks. But I do have to stop this thing, like I said several times along the way. But Elon is evolving. That's what I see. Elon has evolved and is getting stronger with his opinion and his voice and his tweeting actions of just putting the double barrel middle finger in people's face and being honest about the situation. This is our last election if we don't get it right this time.
Yeah.
I mean, no, I just no, I just thought about what I want to say, and I just spoke off the cuff. No teleprompter, nothing.
Good for you.
Yeah, I can talk. Just look like like now. I'm just talking. Look at me. Wow, amazing. Can you believe it? I can talk without a teleprompter. That's crazy.
But if he loses, it's going to be hard for you to pretend you never supported him.
All in.
That's it.
In the deep end.
Yeah, no, you are definitely in the deep end. You cannot touch bottom.
No, I'm like rolling around. I'm like a pig in mud. I'm like, it's all in, baby.
Is it fun?
Yeah, it's pretty fun.
How hard?
I mean, there may be some in the hopefully unlikely event that he loses. There may be some vengeance on me.
Were you kidding?
I mean, it's possible.
You think? You think they'll try to shut down Twitter? You think they'll come after Elon Musk for FCC regulations of some kind that they'll create in order to squash Section 230, which makes people like Elon Musk liable for people like me and you, mine and your comments? There's a dozen ways to kill free speech in this country, and they are actively working every single one of them. But thank God we have a Supreme Court at this point. Unless they pack the Supreme Court, because if they win, that'll be on the agenda as well. It's turned into a giant shit show. We're either going to take our country back, or we're going to lose our country in the next 30 days behind the people's choice. And that's just the truth of the matter, folks. I can't call it any other way. And I'm glad to see people like Elon Musk get on board with Team America and Team Trump.
It's possible. You've got to be one of the biggest government contractors.
We do essential work for the government.
Yes.
Yeah, but it's not like, you know, we do useful essential work.
Right.
That we compete for and win contracts on because our product is much better and costs less. That's why we get government contracts.
No, I know.
and I mean, if you take, for example, the NASA contract to transport astronauts to and from the space station, NASA awarded 2 contracts at the start, one to Boeing and one to SpaceX. Boeing was awarded twice as much as SpaceX. SpaceX has done all the astronaut transport from the space station, and Boeing has only done one transport of 2 astronauts to the space station, and we had to bring them back. Boeing got twice as much as SpaceX. There's this total misunderstanding that my companies have been subsidized and supported by the government and get all these, and it's like, do you really think that a Biden administration is going to subsidize me?
Probably not.
Are you kidding? No. In fact, they take away every contract they possibly can. So, for example, there was the FCC contract to $42 billion for providing rural broadband.
Yes.
Okay. We actually first said, look, we think there shouldn't be any subsidies, so we recommend that this program just not exist. But since you're insisting that it exists, we will compete, and we have better products. So we won, I don't know, about a quarter of it, which would have included the devastated areas like North Carolina and stuff. And the FCC took it away illegally. They just voted. 3 out of 5 commissioners voted away and said, even though you want it, we're rescinding it.
On what grounds?
And do you know how many people they've connected?
How many?
0.
So, you think that was political?
Well, the 3 Democrats voted against it.
What they do, folks, is they put all these monies in these fake projects and these projects that we never actually see any actual work done on. And they're like, oh, we need $40 billion in order to ensure better broadband to people up in the hills. And then a storm comes. The fact of the matter is, they never did anything to help anybody in the hills with any internet access. They did $0 worth of work, but they got the money for the fund anyway for that pet project. That's the way they steal the money. That's the way they slide the money over to the immigration system to let people in this country. You can't obviously put all the money in the bring the immigrants in fund without having a lot of backlash. So you create all these uh, stupid infrastructure deals. They called it infrastructure at the time. Sometimes it's Green New Deal, but at any rate, the truth of the matter is they do their damnedest to tell you it's about one thing. Just put the money in there, or they put the money in there. They vote on it in Congress. We never hear another word about it. And truth be known, the money went somewhere else, and that's the bottom line. And they try to attack Elon Musk, shut him down, tax him. They depend on this man to make sure we can get our people home from the International Space Station and so many other things that he has integrated with the government in contracts. But being under the Biden administration, they're shitting on him every chance they get. And like he says, I'm fucked if Trump doesn't win because I'm all in for Trump. I'm glad he takes it so lightheartedly. I think I'd be stressing.
And the two Republicans voted for it.
So you tried to get Starlink. You tried to get Starlink
Yes.
into North Carolina, into Western North Carolina, the areas devastated by the hurricane.
We have got it. It is in there, and it is the primary means of communication in the devastated areas.
You had conflict with Buttigieg over this.
Well, I raised I said, look, we had delivered. We've been delivering Starlink terminals there for a while, and obviously some people already had them since they just, private individuals had Starlink there already. We delivered really thousands of terminals, and got all the way up to the areas where they wouldn't let us go any further, and then we were like, okay, we're going to send helicopters in, and find people who are stranded and give them Starlink terminals. Which I think is, a nice thing to do.
Yeah.
Okay. They wouldn't let us land because there was an FAA notice to M and NOTAM that said in order to land, you have to know who you're going to meet with to land. Now, the problem is we're trying to deliver internet communications. People don't have internet communications. We don't know who they are, but then they can't reach us because they don't have communications. Do you see the catch-22 here?
Yes, I do.
Insane. So it's obviously impossible for people who don't have internet communications to let us know who they are because they don't have the internet.
Yes.
Yes. And so.
Did you explain this to the federal government?
Yes.
What did they say?
They fixed it.
How was Buttigieg when you talked to him?
It was actually good. So I want to be.
Yeah.
I want to give Buttigieg some credit here.
Yes.
First, when I complained about it, he reacted in a very level-headed way, and he reached out to me and he called me.
Yeah.
And we discussed the issue, got to the bottom of it, and he fixed it.
Good.
So credit to Buttigieg.
Well, that's great news. I'm glad to hear it. I am glad to hear it. Pete Buttigieg is actually doing his job. Finally, it's a little late, but we're going to scroll down to a little further into this. About another half a minute. Go to about the 9-minute mark. All right, folks, here we go.
Well, but I do want to give credit where it's due.
Yeah, no, amen.
So.
I agree completely. So, but back to the original question, about the potential consequences if, having gone all in, this doesn't work.
Yeah.
I mean, you had to have thought about this long and hard before you did it. What was your thinking?
I mean, yeah, so. I mean, my view is that if Trump doesn't win this election, it's the last election we're going to have. That the Democrats, the Dem machine, has been importing so many people, bringing in so many illegals, flying in with this like CBP border app thing that nobody even knew about, like secret program. That's illegal, basically. It's illegal, but there's no action by DOJ to actually to stop it from happening. They're transporting large numbers of illegals to swing states. If you look at
Yep.
the numbers, these are the numbers from the government website. So like from the Democrat-administered government websites. Like where do you get this data? From the government website that is run by Democrats. And there are triple-digit increases in illegals to all the swing states. And in some cases, it's like 700% over the last 3 years. Now,
Damn.
these swing state margins are, sometimes 10, 20,000 votes. So what happens if you put, hundreds of thousands of people into each swing state? And for this, when somebody is granted asylum, they are fast-tracked. They can get a green card, and then 5 years after the green card, they can get citizenship and they can fully legally vote. And when they do so, they vote overwhelmingly Democrat. And sometimes I get this rebuttal of like, well, a lot of them, their social values don't align with sort of the far left sort of woke ideology.
Yeah.
I said that's true, but that's not their top priority. Their top priority is getting their friends and family also to the United States. And the Dems also issue all these programs, these sort of handouts, essentially, that make them beholden to the Democratic Party.
There it is. They've done it to the poor and impoverished people. They've done it to the blacks, and now they're going to be doing it to the illegals, bringing them in, giving out welfares, giving out all the welfare you can, making people literally dependent on the state, on the government, uh, for their future. And he's right. A lot of these people coming in this country uh, may have conservative values, but it doesn't mean that they're not going to continue to hope that the border stays open because they've got friends and family somewhere else that would love to come show up as well. I believe that is a crutch of the problem that I don't know how to fix at this point other than voting Trump in. Now, at the 21-minute mark, this is one of the craziest points in the whole video for me. He's talking about Epstein and Diddy. If you didn't know, he's got a little bit to say about it, and I think he's absolutely right. A lot of the reason people don't want Trump in is they're scared that he'll expose some stuff. What do you think? Apologize, folks. We're gonna go right into it. This is crazy right here.
Join the easier side. I mean, you're creating problems for yourself by getting on stage with Trump. I mean, you must have had friends who said that to you.
Sure. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
People who care about you. Like, why even get involved in this?
Well, because I think we want to remain a democracy, and we don't want to become a one-party state.
Yes.
Right.
That's the reason. And it's the exact opposite. The people call Trump a threat to democracy, but the people who are saying Trump's a threat to democracy are themselves the threat to democracy.
Yes.
One-party rule is not democracy. One party where essentially the party elite pick a candidate, as happened with Kamala, is not democracy. Where did the people vote? Show me where the people voted. No, there were no people voting. It was all just Dem party elite that just appointed someone. And when the Biden puppet, when the pro-Biden puppet's ratings sagged, they knifed him in the back immediately and just tossed him out and put a new puppet on. That's exactly what happened. Tell me I'm wrong.
Well, not only are you right, I mean, it's almost not even worth criticizing Kamala Harris.
No, exactly.
What does she have to do with it?
There's no point in criticizing Kamala. She's simply the face of a much larger machine.
Yes.
And she will say whatever the teleprompter, whatever's on the teleprompter, she's going to say it.
Yes.
Now she gets stuck if the teleprompter breaks. That happened recently. I think the
Yeah.
the teleprompter stalled, and she was just like looping for a while. For about a
32
minute.
seconds. 32 or 32. 32. 32.
So, I think that happened yesterday or something. It was pretty funny to watch. But she'll just say whatever words are on the teleprompter. So, it's really whoever controls the teleprompter is the actual sort of that's who's actually in charge.
And who is that, do you think?
Well, I've tried to pin it down. It's not like any one kind of mastermind. It's not like it seems to be it's like Kamala's sort of a marionette with, you know, a thousand puppet masters type of thing.
Yeah,
Like not
I agree.
it's or maybe it's somewhere north of 100 is what it seems like.
Yes.
Um,
I bet you know 80 of them.
I probably know most of them. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, just by virtue of your job and what you've been doing for the last 30 years, I mean, you just,
Yeah.
And I should say, I think you voted for
I'd,
Biden.
I'd like to see a matchup of those, call it the top 100 puppet masters on the Epstein client list.
Do you think there's some overlap?
Strong overlap. Strong overlap.
When are we going to see that list?
Oh, said he'd like to see the overlap between the 100 most influential, powerful people in Washington, or people running the country, and the Epstein list, because he's sure that they do a little overlap. Oh, let's back that up. That was so good. He's gonna get into Epstein now a little bit.
I'd like to see a matchup of those, call it the top 100 puppet masters on the Epstein client list.
Do you think there's some overlap?
Strong overlap. Strong overlap.
Damn.
When are we going to see that list, do you think?
I don't know. It's mind blowing that they've not tried to prosecute even one. Not even the worst offender on the Epstein client list. They've not even tried to prosecute even one. That's insane.
Well, because they have a lot of diabetic grandmothers who were outside the Capitol on January 6th. They're kind of occupied.
Yeah, I mean they've put like whatever 500 or 600 January 6 protesters in prison, and not one person on the Epstein client list.
Will that ever come out, do you think?
You know, I think part of why Kamala's getting so much support is that if Trump wins, that Epstein client list is going to become public.
Yes.
Yep.
And some of those billionaires behind Kamala are terrified of that outcome.
Yeah. Do you think Reid Hoffman's uncomfortable?
Yes.
Yeah.
Damn.
And Gates.
And Gates.
Yeah.
And I only
Bill
ask that
Gates.
because you just look at them and you're like, that's a nervous person right there. I don't know. I mean, I assume you know them. Yeah.
Yes. Reid Hoffman was my vice president of business development at PayPal.
Yeah.
24 years ago.
Does he seem nervous to you?
Yeah, I mean, he's terrified of a Trump victory.
Because of the
Terrified.
disclosure that would follow?
I think, yeah, I mean, I think he's certainly ideologically not aligned with Trump anyway, but I think he is concerned about the Epstein situation. Like something
Damn.
the DOJ might actually move forward.
There are a lot of videos, apparently. Those rooms on the island, and I think out in New Mexico, were wired for video.
Right.
And
Where's the video? I mean, between Diddy and Epstein, it's good. There's probably several thousand hours of footage here.
Yeah.
Damn.
It's kind of weird that the people on those videos are lecturing the rest of us about our moral failings, isn't it?
Yeah, it's weird.
What is that?
Well, I mean, part of how they deflect attention from themselves is by, criticizing the morals of others.
Yes.
That is absolutely true. But I want to bring a point up that he made. Very possible that a lot of these people that hate Trump hate him because he's going to expose some things when they get back in. I'm not talking about the FBI and the DOJ being crooked and stealing the money and swapping FEMA funds for illegal migration and all the illegal things they've done over the last 4 years. But a lot of people have never been even asked a question, even though they're on flight list logs and things. But I kind of believe now that between Epstein list never coming out, Kamala Harris supporters really kind of hush about the whole Epstein situation. Ain't nobody been mentioning it too much, but the Diddy thing has came out, and there's probably a lot of people that are hardcore Democrats, maybe some Trump supporters as well. Who knows with these actor types? But my thought is it's kind of strange that the Diddy thing happened now. So we got the Epstein scandal and the Diddy scandal, which both inevitably have hundreds of influential, powerful people, including politicians, that got dirt on their hands. And if Trump wins, they know this stuff will come out. If the Biden administration, Kamala Harris and Waltz win by some freak accident, by some shenanigans, this Diddy thing will go away. Just my prediction. The list of the people at the parties and who all were involved in the doing the bad things to the people that were incapacitated. A lot of that stuff will fizzle out. But if Trump gets back in office, we're exposing the JFK, we're exposing the P Diddy, we're exposing the Epstein client list, and we're going to prosecute the people. He'll get a real DOJ in there, real attorney generals, and he'll have option to prosecute these millionaires and billionaires that actually run the country. Scary stuff, but I think that is a big factor that a lot of people aren't really considering. Now, I'm gonna go on down here to the very last of the video. One of the best parts I thought was as well, about at the 142.3 mark. Here we go. Here we go. And we'll end with this here, folks. Like I said, you're welcome to go watch the full entire interview. No doubt about it. I skipped over a lot of parts because it's very long, but tried to give you the best of the highlights. But here we go.
Powerful.
Yeah.
So it sounds like regulatory capture then.
Well, yeah. I mean, the CIO of the White House at the time was ex-Google person, so they put the brakes on any AI regulation. And we still don't have any AI regulation at the federal level.
It's amazing.
So I think we should have something above nothing. Like I said, at least insight. Where even if there's no rule that's being broken, they can at least say, hey, we have insight into what this company is doing, or that company is doing, and we're concerned. That would be helpful to know.
Yeah. Instead, politically motivated liars are in charge of the future. It seems a little sketchy. Last question. You really kind of pulled out a lot of stops to help Trump. You're on stage yesterday. If he gets elected, will you continue to help him?
Yeah,
how?
Absolutely. So, well, we've talked about kind of a government efficiency commission, or the Department of Government Efficiency, which is a funny.
What percent? Sorry, I'm just laughing. I love it. You managed to make it sound a little sinister. Government efficiency. What percentage of Google employees did you can when you got there?
You mean Twitter?
Rather, I beg your pardon. Sorry, you just been talking about Google. Twitter.
Yeah. Well, we're about 80%, and we've actually improved the features and functionality of the site more in the past year and a half than the last 8 years, with 20% of the staff. So
I just want to throw that up for context. So you've talked to Trump about some kind of commission?
Which he's mentioned publicly several times, and he's very supportive of having some kind of government efficiency commission. Can call it Department of Government Efficiency, Doge. I kind of like Doge. It's more fun. And we just take a look at all the federal agencies and say, do we really need whatever it is, 428 federal agencies? Like, there's so many that people have never even heard of, and that have overlapping areas of responsibility. We should, I mean, there are more federal agencies than there are years since the establishment of the United States, which means that we've created more than one federal agency per year on average. That seems a lot.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. So we should have, that seems crazy. I think we should be able to get away with 99 agencies. I don't know. That seems like a lot of agencies.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
2 per state.
90%.
Yeah, exactly. We should have fewer agencies, and and they certainly shouldn't have overlapping responsibilities. And then we need some kind of, we just need a review of regulations to say which ones are sensible and which ones are not. Because if you've got regulators every year, they're going to add more regulations, just automatic, like they just output regulations, and there's more laws and regulations every year until basically everything's legal, so we can't get anything done. So we need some kind of garbage collection for regulations that don't make sense. I think I'm saying very obvious things.
You are saying obvious things.
Yeah.
Great idea.
Which will be very unpopular things.
Yeah. I'll probably need, if this happens, quite a significant security team.
I know that's not funny, but it's absolutely true. If this happens, he's going to have to get a bigger security team. He's going to fire up to 90% of the government agencies that are useless. Ooh, I cannot wait. This ought to be a fun 4 years, folks. I am looking forward to voting for Trump, Elon, J.D. Vance, Tulsi Gabbard, all the people, RFK Jr., all the people that are going to be on the team. That's who we're voting for. We're not just voting for Trump, folks. We're voting for the future of America, and the Patriots are going to stand up and be a part of the new future that includes firing up to 90% of the government. I love it. I love it. Like, subscribe, and share to vote Patriots. Sorry the video was so long, but Elon had a lot to